Oh, it's 17 degrees. Wow, 65% humidity. That's damp. So it's quite messy in my fire, and as you can see here, I've been doxing myself reading the Isle of Wight Observer. My friend came over and he says, "Oh look, I'm not going to be in. Can I have these Airfix which I won an auction sent to you?" And I said, "Yeah, okay, sure." Told him he came over. So he came over today, and I made meat and two veg. In this case, good de boeuf, Cumberland sausages, gravy, mashed potato, and green beans. I did say to him, "Well, look, I've got some parsley. Would you like me to chop up some parsley and have a garnish?" He says, "No, it won't bother." So these little nuggets there are just bits of gristle or fat. So yeah, a lot of mess. Now, do you see? That doesn't look very clean, does it? Well, it certainly looks better than before when it was all sooted up. I had to go using just bits of wet newspaper, and yeah, it does seem to make a difference. So that's it, really. I'm gonna put some junk in the fire. So I've got a lot of rubbish. Oh, and right. So he said, "Oh look, my mate rather, I just do it because he can't be bothered with an eBay account." So he says, "Oh look, but put a bid in it. Put, up to £160. Unfortunately, it wasn't that much. Got 145. But I thought to myself, I would like this brochure, Today's Cars Rover. And does it say who better to care for your car? No. Well, reason being is a bit of nostalgia. They got the Montego, both the estate and the saloon version. My dad had both. And my granddad had a Mini Metro. And I'll try and show it to you, but I'll have to close this. And right, let's just put in some of this damp newspaper. I'll close the door eventually, then I'll show you the brochure. I was very pleased about it. I was the only person that bid on it, so I got that brochure for its opening bid, which, for nostalgia's sake, I think what did I pay? £4.50? Yeah, that's not too bad, is it? £4.50. So just open up the vents a little bit. I'll get some cold in before it gets too dark. Nostalgia. So a bit of nostalgia. Right, I want to show you, right, this is a car from the late 80s. Well, actually it's from the mid 80s. And it's got some innovations in here which we don't see in modern cars. This is a thing which modern cars could do with. So if I get to, there's a Rover 800, very nice looking. I'm not familiar with this, so I'll just move past the Rover. More Rovers, very nice car. They did a V6 version called Vitesse with a 120 horsepower engine. About 10 years afterwards, Jaguar did a V6, probably a bigger engine, in the S-Type with 240 horsepower. And that had variable valve timing, mind you. I don't think the Vitesse had variable valve timing. So that makes a difference. Right, is this... Yes, this is a Rover Montego. No, it's not. This is a Rover 213 SE. But the styling is very similar. They had this little... I don't know why, but they had this going from the bumper, plastic there, plastic there. I thought that was very nice. I would like that to come back again. Right, this is the one I'm interested in, a Montego. My dad had the diesel version because it's very economical. Right, here is something I'm very excited about. So all of this is familiar. The recessed LCD clock, that was a big thing. No airbags on the steering wheel, because why would you? Oh, this is the fancy version. This has got like electric windows. So I'm sorry it's so dark. Camera's not very good. I'm using my backup phone, but do you see these things here? You see that's like blue and red, and this one here and that one there. You know that, right? So what those are heater controls, and the actual physical knobs. So what you can be doing is you're just driving along, paying attention to the road, and you can actually feel with your hands and go, ah, well that's the closest, that's heat. That one there controls the blower setting, and that one there controls where the heat goes to. I think that's brilliant. That is a great innovation, and I hope we'll see that in modern cars, because this this thing here, right? What that will allow you to do, is there another picture of it? Yeah, look. These things here, these I'm going to call them knobs. You can actually, because you've got haptic feedback, you can feel them and go, oh yeah, that's a knob, and you can turn it up and down, and you sort of know by muscle, like, oh yeah, that's hot, that's medium, that's cold. Brilliant. I really hope Rover haven't patented this dial thing, because if they have, then that means that modern car manufacturers won't be allowed to use it, which is a real shame, because the current system where you've got to go in a menu and then press that and the HVAC controls and then do that and then go here and then tap that and then go, what temperature would you like? Well, I'd like it to be 213.5 Kelvin. And then you go, right, that's your driver's side. What about the passenger side? Oh, well, I'll have it at 210 Kelvin. And yes, I would like you to again. And you have to program it all in. This, that. It's brilliant. It means you can actually adjust the heat or adjust where the air's going without taking your eyes off the road. So you don't need to program it. It's brilliant. I think this will be the future of cars. So what else we got? This is the MG version. It's got an MG badge in there. Recessed light, recessed LCD screen. It's brilliant. What more do you need in a car? Oh, it's not got aircon. So what if it hasn't got aircon? You've got an estate. You've got seats in the back. You've got children can sit in the back. So this, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the driver. That makes 7. So imagine you've got a car that can seat 7 people. How incredible is that? Now here's a better example of the interior. So do you see what I mean? The camera won't focus because it's, well, you know, there's no focusing controls, are there? But can I get you to focus? There we go. Look, do you see that? Right. So what you've got footwell. You've got the demister, so the goes through the window. Or do you want it to blow in your face? Now, you see these bits? Have you noticed they show blue and white? That is because on the Montego, the centre console air vents, they weren't heated. The only ones which were heated were at the side. So this one, when you'd open it up, it would give you air from the outside. You got some controls there, like demister, redemister, fog lights, rear screen wash, front screen wash. Yeah, maybe it was a button. I never used it myself. And you got your telltales there, and you got your speedo. I don't think it had a rev counter. Maybe some models did have a rev counter, but either way, it's a really innovative feature. And here's another thing, guys. Right, so you maybe just go, you know, car manufacturers take note. You may be going, wow, we're not going to use dials and knobs because some may say that's derivative of the Montego. So what about, not the Maestro, and very good camera work here. As you can see, I'm professional. I'm pressing the button to try and make it focus, but it's not interested. It's not having it. By the way, there's the fire, right? I know most people come here to see the fire videos, but I think this is more important. Now, this is my granddad's car, a Metro, metallic brown. It's an incredible colour. It was both fancy and naff at the same time. Now, is this it? I think this might be it, right? This heating control is even better. As you can see, consummate professional. So you've got two knobs there. You've got this knob there, that's the choke. If it's a cold start and your petrol engine is suffering and won't start, use the choke. And that limits the air which can go in. Some cars had an automatic choke, and there you got a ciggy lighter, which is an actual thing that lights up. Now this one, it didn't have knobs for heat. It had a slider. Do you see that? Behind the steering wheel, you had a slider, and what that would allow you to do, you see, is you could just slide it up and down. And the brilliant thing about that is you could actually control the heating controls without taking your hands off of the steering wheel. How amazing is that? Huh? I think that's brilliant. This, frankly, as far as I'm concerned, should be the future of cars. This is brilliant. I love this. What else have we got in this brochure? See if there's anything else interesting. I mean, the styling, you might go, oh, that's a bit naff, I don't like it. But I think that's practical. I mean, considering how crowded our roads are getting, maybe small, narrow vehicles are the way forward. And they're economical. Got a 1 litre engine in there. This is the sort of car I want. And some people, they say, oh, well, you know, we like minis. They were still making minis in the 80s. It had a very long run, it did. And what sort of engines could you get in a Mini at that age? 4-cylinder transverse, 1 litre, and that was 41 horsepower. 4-speed or synchromesh gearbox, optional 4-speed automatic gearbox, in-car entertainment, a 3-band stereo, radio stereo cassette, 2 speakers, and interior features and body features. Yeah, so it was a bit basic, but yeah, that was like a late stage 1980s Mini, and I think you can see how the 1990s and later Minis quite influenced by that style. But yeah, that's what I won at auction. Well, I say won at auction. That's what I bought because nobody else was interested in a brochure about cars from yesterdecade. But I think that should be the future of cars. Really. I mean, imagine that, right? You've got haptic feedback control, intuitive, user-friendly, a user-friendly interface for a car. One that is designed with the driver in mind. I really I love that, and yeah, okay, I'm being sarcastic, you know, why did we get rid of those controls? And some will say, oh, well, the touch screen is cheaper, you just put one in, then you don't have to have buttons, and it's like, why do we have screens in cars? Why can't I have a car which doesn't have a screen? I mean, most vehicles I've driven, lorries, vans and cars, all of them, not all of them, but the vast majority of them don't have screens. And you know what? I'm perfectly fine with that because I've got a screen here. If ever I'm not sure where I'm going, I can well, just look at Google Maps really, or Waze. Other map software is available, but that's the ones I use. And you can even use something called a road atlas, which is an offline map, and it's printed on paper. It's brilliant. It means that even if you've got no battery and no signal, you've still got a map. I mean, you have to figure out where you are. I mean, if you wake up and you've got no idea what road you're on, then you're a bit buggered. But I'd say keep on driving until you see a road sign. And if you see a road sign that's saying like London, chances are you might be in England. So yeah, or if it tells London 50 miles away, it's like, well, within 50 miles of London. And then you just look at the map, where's London? And then you go, right, what's 50 miles around London? And then you try and figure out what road you're on. It can be done. But yeah, heating controls, actual physical tasks. I mean, the metro, I'd love that, just to be able to go driving along and say, oh, I'm feeling a bit cold, is it? Oh, that blower is a bit too fast down. Oh, that's too hot, I'll just move it all the way to cold. Brilliant, that's all you need to do. You don't even have to take your hand off the steering wheel to operate the heater controls on the metro. That is brilliant. I love that. I'd love to have a chance of driving a metro. Unfortunately, my granddad's one got into a crash, and I was the witness to that, but I was only 8 years old at the time, so my testimony wouldn't have counted for anything. But I saw it. He was slowing down, coming into the junction to pick me up, and this van that was behind him, going far too fast, smashed into the rear, and the car got writ off. He was all right. The other drivers were all right, no injuries. But at the same time, what a letdown. Yeah. Anyway, look at that. Got a fire, and it's now 19.8 degrees. I don't think it is 19.8 degrees. I think my thermometer might be a bit unreliable, and the magnet in it has certainly lost a fair bit of magnetism. Is it possible to remagnetise a magnet? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what you think about the future of heating controls in the car. Should more cars be like the Metro, or should they be like the Montego? What do you think? I would actually. I know this is an interaction reminder, and you can say, well, Hobbit, you're just doing what all the other channels do. Well, I haven't told you to like and subscribe, have I? But I am, what's the word? I am genuinely curious. I am canvassing your opinions. What do you think about heating controls in cars and vans and what have you? Don't really care about motorbikes because, I mean, if you're cold on the motorbike, then just put another scarf on, I guess. Bye.